really want to get all over it. How do you know when you are done? Well, that's very easy. It's when rice has pulverized completely. I'm going to show you the result I got. This is my first time seasoning granite mortar. I've done a few molcajetes, you know, these volcanic traditional Mexican
that's what
ones.
I wanted one.
Those are quite rocked and they take maybe 3 or 4 times to get ready. This one felt quite ready at the first time. As you can see, also the powder is not gray, it's completely white. Usually on other mortars you might get dark gray and then slightly go lighter. I still had a second go, but for you it will depend on how clean or dirty you see the rice come out. Once you are ready with the rice, you should feel the mortar way smoother. And at this point I'm going to throw some garlic. I'm also adding some coarse grained salt. We want to have big crystals in there, we want to have something to grind. All we have to do now is grind everything. We're going to start by smashing the garlic cloves. You can start hitting them a bit just to break them, and then continue with circular motions just as we did with the rice. This process might take a while, but just continue until you form a nice paste. As I said before, I have made a video showing how to season molcajete, and out of those I noticed some comments that were quite useful actually. I remember one comment was asking about the garlic turning green or turning bluish, grayish, and I was running into it. I've never had that happen myself. Apparently under some conditions garlic might react, and it's perfectly fine. It should be safe and you can continue the process as usual, especially if this just happened maybe a couple hours after doing this process.
I should check my text messages.
Another comment was from someone mentioning they got some garlic paste on their skin and then wash your hands after this. At the end, this is the result I got. This is the paste I have. I will leave it there for at least a few hours. Some people leave it overnight. This is completely up to you. Usually a couple hours, maybe 3-4 is more than enough. Once I was done, I just used some kitchen paper to take as much of the garlic out as I could. As I said, remember to wash your hands after doing this. At this point, all I'm going to do is rinse my mortar. Then I'm going to give it some time for it to dry. And after that, then it's ready for use. If you have been following my channel, you're probably wondering why would I buy this granite mortar if I already have my molcajete. I have a couple of these and I've shown you how to season them, how to use them. And you might be wondering what's the difference between these two. There's not much of a difference, basically the same. The reason I bought this mortar is a granite. It's also kind of heavy, but it's small and it has, you know, the shape. Makes it very easy to just grab it on your hand. You can make some small spice mix. For example, on Easter, we very often make this lamb with a crust of herbs and maybe some like crumbled bread. So it makes it way easier when you can just have it in your hand. Mix a few spices, just a tiny amount, you know, a bit of like salt, maybe thyme, maybe some pepper in here. Just grind everything together, throw it in your mix or in your plate or whatever you're cooking. That's the reason, that's the main reason why I bought this. Because when you have a molcajete, the molcajetes tend to be bigger. Of course, they're heavier, they're made of stone. So making these on your hand and just, you know, it's a bit of an overkill in my opinion. You can make your salsas here. I think it's very beautiful when you put it on the table just as a presentation for guacamole, for salsas, for whatever you're making here. But for cooking, for small amounts, for small bits that you need to grind, then I think this is way handier. You can just grab it easily with one hand. You can, you know, move it around. That's the main reason. But you can use whatever you prefer. If you don't have a lot of space in the kitchen, you can survive with a small mortar, or you can go with a molcajete and just have one for every occasion. In reality, functionality is the same. You just grind stuff. It's basically the same principle, just different material. Hope you like the video.
Okay, switch hands so that way you evenly exercise your hands.
See you in the next one.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. Look at this beautiful treasure I found this weekend. I absolutely fell in love with this molcajete. And even though I already have a few, I just had to have it. A molcajete is a beautiful tool to have in your kitchen. But when buying a molcajete, before you begin to use it, you must cure it. So today I'm going to show you a step-by-step tutorial on how to cure your molcajete. top because this is the part that we're mostly going to be using. So this is the one that we're going to concentrate on, as well as the tecojote. And this one, as you can see, has a pointy top and a larger bottom. So we're only going to cure the bottom because we're not going to use the top. But if yours is the same size on both sides, you might want to cure both ends, because then it's hard to tell which end is cured and which end is not. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take this over to the sink and we're going to...
You know, one thing that I like never really realized until recently.
If you don't have a liner like this in your sink, you might want to place a
But
towel
like,
or a mat in the sink.
I am never bored. I am never bored. Like, I don't understand how someone could get bored. Like, if you get to the point where you feel that type of, like, just find something to do. There's so much stuff to do. The whole world is literally full of stuff to do. You know? And when you do stuff, take your time. Embody a Japanese old man and just take, or a little Chinese old lady, and just take your sweet time. Like, make everything you're doing a process, you know? Make something. Build something. Create. But take your sweet time during that creation process. Don't rush it. Give your spirit time, your energy time to embody itself into the thing that you are creating. Close it now. Close it while you're thinking about it. Don't just good girl. Because you know you're gonna bump into that thing. Philadelphia? No, we don't like Philadelphians around here. But only if you know what Philadelphia stands for in the online community. Doesn't actually mean Philadelphia. My family's from Philadelphia. You know the Frick Museum that's in Philadelphia and Manhattan? That's my kin. That's my family. That's my mom's family. My grandfather is his middle name was Frick. I am grinding up rice and throwing it away. I'm seasoning my mortar and pestle that I have had for approximately 8 years. And it's just been traveling with me everywhere I go. Because I'd be doing that kind of shit. I prepare for my home. I prepared to have this house years ago. I've been preparing and collecting things and just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting to have a house. I need to get my shit out of my storage unit, speaking of. So in the online community, Philadelphia is code for Israel. So you say like, oh, Philadelphian, but what you really mean is Zionist. All right, what am I gonna watch? Vroom vroom. Okay, I guess I'll watch her.
With stuff falling out of my hoodie pockets, like my phone. But these days are also in the past now, because the Sparkle Ribbon tracksuit has buttons on the pockets. So if you put something in, you can secure it, close them up, and nothing will fall out ever again. The tracksuit will also come in all black everything, including black box. Order over 50 euros will get a free Chesterfield. I also went ahead and sewed a body mock-up, and it looks so much like a potato. But the proportions are really nice, and as you can see, I had a lot of fun with it. Okay, so while making this potato mock-up of a body, I actually asked for Pixie if she can smooth out the eye bases that I made, because they were very rough and didn't look so nice, and I couldn't really sand it flat. And I did make a little print and couldn't really sand it flat. So I asked her if she could smooth them out for me. And on top of that, I wasn't really confident if the eye mechanism would work by just moving the eyes with the fingers, like on the Nummy plushies. So I came up with the idea, because I saw it on some live custom dolls, to make a hole on the side of the face, which was a little nerve-wracking, but it worked out. And I also made this key-like rod and 3D printed it. And what I want to do is that I will insert this rod into the head like this, and then I will thread the eyes onto this rod, and then you can turn the eyes with the key. And I also changed the little piece to this little cube with a hole that will be inserted
What
like
the
this,
fuck?
and can rotate. And then
There's
the
no
left and
fruit in
right
this
will
house.
be
Why
the
is there a
eyes,
fruit
and
fly?
I will just put this in place in the middle of her face, between her eyes, on the inside.
There's no moist soil anywhere.
I did try while it wasn't glued in place if this eye mechanism worked, and I sent this little video to some of my friends because I was super excited that it seemed to work. But it did take me some time to figure everything out, to make a few test prints, to see if it works with the key, which means together with the 1 hour and 18 minutes that the Pixie needed to smooth the eyes, which I also already printed while I was still working on the rest of the eye mechanism and the little patterning, we are now down to 65 hours and 28 minutes. So yeah, it took a little bit of time, but this is usually what takes most of the time. It's always the trying things out, failing, and then making things differently until they seem to work. But this also means that we can now go ahead and paint the 3 different eyes that she will have, and then we can assemble and install the eye mechanism. And this is super exciting. A little bit scary, because I'm still not sure if it's really going to work, but super exciting. So
Oh, that's annoying as shit.
absolutely thrilled that the eye mechanism does indeed work. And to secure it, I modeled and printed this little table and glued it around the eye mechanism on the inside of the head. And to prevent any fluffing from getting into the head, I also decided to close the head on top.
Oh, he loves it, Natasha. It's great. We have like a bunch of little friends that live nearby.
From some teal fabric, glued around the seam allowances on the base, and then sewed all the head pieces.
There's not very much stuff in the storage unit.
Liking it that much in the end. So I decided to
The tent, which is very small, it's all folded up and in a bag. And then my generator, a few other things. How cool is that? I'm gonna be in a house, but I'm still gonna have a generator. So I'll still be able to
bandage around the neck.
stay alive
Pull it
if
tight
the
and also
grid
close
ever
up the
goes
vacuum
down.
on the head and adjust the plumbing if necessary. It looks really cute afterwards.
I'm gonna get one of those things that you drop in the pump in the thing, and it'll pump water out of the ground. I'll find one of them
I already
bitches.
traced the pattern pieces onto the fabric and now need to carefully cut them out, which took me a hot minute. When all done, I then go ahead and sew together the two
It's pretty dry where I live.
and then take the back pieces on which I already sewed the darts and sew them together, but leave a gap open on the center backs. And then I can put the front and back together, turn the whole thing inside out, brush the seams, and have a cute pink sack. And then hand stitched it to the head and afterwards fluffed it with a bunch of stuffing. I also cut out some arms that I sewed together and fluffed as well, but left the gap open still because I want to use these disc joints that I printed to make the arms and legs movable. So I pushed a piece with the nubbin through the arms like this, and then insert it through a little gap that I made in the seam of the body, and then take the disc and push it onto the nubbin on the inside of the body to secure the arm in place. I should have probably done that before the fluffing, but it's
Good evening. I am seasoning a mortar and pestle. I'm trusting the Mexicans. They know how to use the fucking stone.
And as you can see, I already inserted the disc joints here, and now just have to attach them to the body, just like I did with the arms before. It looks so cute afterwards. So now I just have to close any open seams by hand. With the body of the clown done, it is now time to make an outfit and a headdress. I wanted to give it kind of a jester-like headdress, but since I didn't have the right pattern fabrics, I decided to draft up some patterns myself and printed these little stars onto iron-on fabric vinyl and cut them with a Cricut. While at it, I also cut some polka dots from white iron-on fabric vinyl and weaved them out, and after the stars were cut as well, I can just weave them out too. I then trace and cut all the horn pieces for the jester head from multiple different colored fabrics, and afterwards place the fabrics onto the iron press and heat press on all the different vinyl patterns. The stars I had to place manually since I had to peel them off the base paper, but it wasn't hard, and with a little baking paper they are easily ironed off. I'm super happy how cute the stars turned out, and as you can see, I made 5 jester horns in total and cut 2 from pattern fabrics that I still have. And now I basically have to sew them all together, which was actually a lot of fun because colorful pattern fabrics are so fun to work with. And afterwards, I
Try to get the outside edges as good as I can. If I wanted to, and I just kept going with this, I could make mochi. This is how you make mochi.
Pinned on the middle horn, and then basically had to hand sew on all the horns. This took forever, but it was so cool to see the headpiece coming along slowly. I also frilled some rainbow tulle I had and sewed it onto a fabric strip of cam, and then carefully hot glue it to the front of the headdress. And then I could finally hand sew the whole headdress onto the head of the clown plushie. As you can see, I also added a purple frill on the front of the headdress because I thought it looked cute, and when all sewn it looks like this, and I was just so happy how my vision started taking shape. And after sewing the headdress, I could finally go ahead and glue a frill around the face of the clown because I thought it would look super adorable. Now with that done, we however should also give the clown an arm. I wanted to make a onesie for it because I like these a lot and grafted up some pattern pieces for that, and also already cut them from 2 different colored fabrics that I then also decorated with more fabric vinyl patterns, which were actually just stripes and polka dots, but it really makes a difference, and because the pattern pieces were pretty large,
There are
I could
definitely
use my
pieces
serger
of
to
little
clean
granite
up
bits
all
in
the
there.
seam
That's
ends
crazy.
rather than using cray check. I also prepped a ruffle for the sleeves, and now sew together the
It's working! This is a really nice mortar and pestle too. It's like raw granite on the outside and it's sparkly.
a tunnel on both sleeves, on which I, after sewing, can then thread in an elastic like this, and then just secure the ends of the elastic with a couple stitches, and then gather the upper sleeve part to turn it into a puffy sleeve. To sew the bodice of the onesie, I place the 2 front parts on top of each other and sew the front seam first before pinning and sewing on the back pieces along the shoulder seams, finished sides in as well. Afterwards, it looks like this, and I can then take my pre-ruffled sleeves and sew them in along the armholes. And when done, I can then close the side seams of the onesie as well. Schnalle because it said it on the sleeve of the original body, but Schnalle just means buckle in German. And since the clown was an exercise clown for children to learn how to buckle, zipper, zipper, or buckle, I just found the idea so funny that its name is Schnalle. So I decided to make a little belt that says Schnalle in rainbow colors, and then I decided to take the original Schnalle
Oh my God,
of
what?
the clown body and reuse it on the upgraded version of the clown, whose name is now officially Schnalle. I threaded
Very
the buckle in
satisfying.
like this and then used a bit of hot glue to glue it onto the onesie. I also made a collar from some pre-frilled beaded lace
That's
and
not
made this
cool,
little ribbon that I will glue
Randall.
in the middle of it. And for the final steps on the clown, I also attached
I'm grinding
some colorful
rice
bells
so
onto
that
the
I
ends of the
can
jester horns, and in the
prepare
end
this
also
mortar and
decorated
pestle
the
to be
onesie and the
used
headdress with
to
colorful
make food.
cabochons and pom-poms. I really cannot wait to show you the finished Schnalle at the very end. Alright, so the clown is finally done, and it was such a cool project, and I really loved doing it. However, it took a long time because we only have 43 hours left now. I can't believe this took like more than 40 hours to make, but I think it was worth it, and we will see in the end how the finished clown looks like. But now I think we should make a few simpler projects, and as you can see, I have a big box here because this is my thrifted plushie box. Throughout my thrifting madness, I acquired a lot of vintage plushies for free or just for like $1 or $2. And I kind of want to give them a second chance by basically washing them if necessary, making them nicer, make the fur look nicer, and then decorate them to turn them into completely one-of-a-kind back charms. And it's really not the idea of really making the back charms yourself rather than buying mass-produced ones, even though I'm guilty of owning quite a couple of them as well. But I don't know, I really always like the idea of just making them yourself to kind of give them like your own flair. Like, oh, I'm gonna take a look into my box, take the ones that I like the most, and then transform them. As you can see, I thrifted a bunch of plushies throughout the last one, but I'm also a person who likes to washing the eye and can't leave it because it's alive. It's alive, of course. So I decided to take a bunch of the plushies, I think it was about 20, that had different colors, and I put them on my work table. I don't know if I will end up displaying all of it for this video, but I want to try to get as many as I can because I do want to sell them.
Good boy. Good boy. That's my boy right there. My bread has already doubled in size.
By sewing on fabric loop that I made to the top of the hat. I then added a carabiner ring to the fabric loop and also a chain with a cute flower-shaped leaf on the bottom of it, and then added a bunch of cute little charms to the chain to finish it. Next up was this green teddy that I decided to give this little liquid-filled boba cup a cute fluffy pink ribbon I made from plush fabric and finish it with a cute...
Your arm is getting tired watching it? Yeah, well.
And added a little ribbon as well, then added the carabiner
That'll
ring
happen.
and decided it would be super cute to add a pink fluffy pom-pom key.
You think that's gonna get tired soon?
I really love this little elephant, and after sewing a loop onto the head of it, I then used the left ribbon from the bunny and sewed it onto the ear of the elephant, glue a little red rhinestone part onto it, and then give the little guy a cute beaded necklace. I actually found this little liquid-filled elephant on a flea market and thought it would be the perfect fit, so I thread it onto a chain and will then attach it to the carabiner ring. I also attached this little candy bag and put a bunch of beads and
to rather hang the chain with the elephant around the body of the little dragon stick. Next up is the little yellow bunny, and I first attached a cute frilly trim around its neck and then make some charms myself by using some cabochons, a little eyelid, and some UV resin to turn the cabochon into a charm. This one like a charm. And I could then hang these cookies and some other things onto the little beaded necklace I made for the bunny as well. On the pink kitty,
Ooh,
I
that's
first
working
attached
good.
the
I started
body
pushing
chain
down
take this
and
liquid
out and
filled
around.
lollipop and attach it to the body chain. I recently got this battery-powered
Girl, don't even think for 1 second you're gonna go out that little channel and get to the dude outside. You're get fucked. Or you're not gonna get fucked. How about that?
Like this little macaron. I then added some more charms and also made the kitty a little lace collar and plush ribbon that I then sewed onto that of the kitty and decorated it with a cabochon to finish it. I also found this unicorn in my thrift box and decided to turn it into a charm as well for the kitty. I attached it to a separate chain that I hung onto the carabiner ring and then added even more charms to it. So I did make a few back charms now already, but I definitely wanted to make some more because I actually want to sell them at the Dokumi convention. So I think it's best if we turn this into a little montage, shall we?
God, this music is so annoying. Girl, I think you're the one who got me fucking copyright stricken. Cutting board creep, creep, creeping on the counter. Bro, don't ever fucking piss off a Mexican mom, dude. She might look like she's a little, you know, like soft in the body or in some way, but bro, let me tell you what, she's got fucking upper body strength and she will beat you. Does it look like there's still pieces in the shell? Looks pretty good. No. Don't do that, Ash. It's never a good idea to meet people from the comment section. Especially on YouTube. And also, if a woman is easy and willing to talk to you, it's probably not a woman, that's why. Just so you know. It's probably another man who's horny and just like being weird equally, but they're willing to pretend to be a woman just to get you to be creepy too. Or does it smell like someone is fucking smoking near my door or my house in some way? gonna fucking have like muscles here finally. Dude, this thing is so fucking cool. I'm gonna make Elliot mochi. Dude, you can like make anything. Who needs a fucking food processor? I'm so grateful that I have running water and electricity and a light switch that I can just flip on. I don't have to generate my own electricity. I don't have to make sure to have money to get gas, repair ahead of time. Generate my own power. Like, this is fucking cool, dudes. Like, look at this. It's very fine. It's not like all super powdery, but I mean there are some still pieces in there, but that is fucking crazy. Ugh. Okay, I'm having too much fun. Sorry, I'm stimming. Yes, useless. Hey, Link. I have no idea how much the mortar and pestle cost. I bought it 8 years ago. I'm only just now using it for the first time. I want to get this cookbook called Salty by someone called Salty Seattle. She's this content creator who does pasta, and I bought her book 8 years ago when I bought this mortar and pestle. And I accidentally left the book at somewhere where we were parking our RV at. The reason we ended up coming to Oregon was to help these people on their land. And I accidentally left my cookbook there. So bummed. Now I have a kitchen and I want to make those pastas, and I have all the pasta making equipment now. I could literally make any of these fancy pastas that lady makes. She makes colorful pasta, all kinds of shapes. It's already like dusty. I should take a 5-second clip of me doing this and then loop it on a loop and have it playing for like 4 hours. Just this. I'm doing too much on my right hand. Why aren't you working? Oops. That's why. Twice, Heather, twice. I need sound.
Wasn't just enough. She was the definition
Nope.
of a true
It's an AI video.
7 seconds.
As soon as Lucinda starts opening her, Ella stops crying, and Lucinda loses patience about 3 seconds in. And it gives her the gift of obedience. It tells her to go to sleep. And then wake up. Yeah. Maybe like, this is really bad. Please take this back. But Miss Lucinda has a no return policy. And then threatens to turn Ella into a squirrel instead. Lucinda explains that this is actually a good thing because she's going to be the perfect child. She's going to listen to what everybody tells her to do. And then Ella pees on her. That's going to be a little bit of a theme in the movie, that despite her being obedient, she's still going to find her own way to do things. I'm so confused because if Lucinda has been giving gifts to children, she's got to have encountered at least one other crying baby, unless this is like her second baby. The word on the street is that she gives the word spells. So has she given other kids the gift of things that we don't know, or has she done worse? I actually really love a sequel to this movie of all of the other children who had received Lucinda's spells in their turns. I'd watch it. And was just everyone else's gift in the kingdom just very non-existent? Because it seems like no one else has like this crazy gift of any sort from any fairy, except for Ella. And it's the only one that goes into her adulthood. Just like, what are the other gifts that kids could receive? Maybe like you'll be really good at math? I don't know. Curious. Despite the obedience spell, Ella grows up to be very strong-willed, passionate, and honorable. The girl at the playground was bullying another girl, saying a little bit of racist things.
Oh, my fingers are stuck. Ugh. I'm an old lady. I can't grip things like that.
Racism does exist in this fairy tale kingdom, and that will come into play later on. This little girl named Rita and Ella become best friends. Throughout Ella's life, she learns to cope with the curse as best as she can. Like, she takes a bite out of her bully when the bully asks Ella to bite her. Or when her mom
or Mandy aren't really thinking when they're telling Ella to do things. Yeah, we see Ella really struggle with this, and when she's younger, she's begging Mandy and her mom to talk to Lucinda to take the curse back, and they're like, sorry, babe, can't. There's also the scene where her mom orders her to play the mandolin. Why was she commanding her to play the mandolin? Why was it so important that she couldn't give Ella the choice to play that mandolin? Was Ella on the path to be a mandolin prodigy and it was absolutely essential that she practices at that moment? Like, I don't know, you can't really teach her to be obedient because she already is. So I feel like giving her the choice to do things would be better. Well, any dream about being a mandolin prodigy goes out the window when Ella's mom gets very ill. On the deathbed, her mother tells Ella that she and Mandy are the only two who know about her gift. Not even her dad knows. Ella's mother then commands her to never tell anybody about the gift. Ever. Okay. And then she gives her a necklace and dies. No space for mourning though, because we cut to the song Strange Magic in Anne Hathaway, and her absolutely insane face card. Now, she's a bit older. Her dad's getting married to somebody who has money and likes his title, at least he's honest, and then tells Ella, oh, you'll get along with her. I'm sure she'll adore you and you'll adore her. Like I said earlier, this is a little bit of a take on Cinderella. Cinderella, Ella enchanted, right. Well, with Cinderella comes an evil stepmom, an evil stepsister, and another stepsister that's not as evil, but a little dumb. Dame Olga shows up at the house in
Nobleman's convention. You said that you lived in a castle.
like, girl, you agreed to marry a man without saying his home. That's on you. But also, like I was saying before, they're acting like this house is some shack. Yes, this is a creepy, lonely house. Sure, the stepsisters Hattie and Olive are always looking groceries. I have to acknowledge that. They have these fur-trimmed dresses with massive sleeves and velvet. I want them so bad. So Hattie is evil and has a little bit of intelligence, which, as we know in today's society, is a deadly combination. And Olive just steals things. Miss Hattie is also the president of the Prince Charles family. And something about Ella, she can be a very vocal critic of the crowd.
You know, Char and his uncle are responsible for the segregation of the kingdom.
Say?
He's dreaming.
Like I said before, because we're in a fairy tale, we're getting very real evil doesn't exist. So it is believed that Sir Edgar and Prince Char are the reason for the segregation that's happening in the kingdom. Giants are being enslaved, elves are being forced to work jobs they don't want to work, and ogres are being killed. Fairies just seem to be children. The kingdom used to be very enmeshed until the new king came into office. Was crowned. So all of that unification has been undone. Ella's actually very pissed about that. Hattie's like, and Prince Char is hot. Nothing else matters. Her worst trait, though, is the fact that she's a very commanding person. Obviously, that's good because of Ella's curse.
Get away.
Yeah, this is really bad. This is gonna be bad. The dad's also leaving somewhere to make some money, which obviously is gonna make things much worse for Ella. Important note, Ella's actually in college. I don't know
My arms are getting tired. I've only been doing this for like 45 minutes. I can't imagine why.
But it just makes
45 minutes exactly. Wow. 46 actually, but whatever. This is really like firing up this muscle right here. It's like feels good. Feels good to get strong. Feels good to force yourself to do things that are hard. I have tricked myself completely into thinking whenever my muscles are sore, that means that I'm like getting stronger. So it's turned into kind of like a pleasure. And like at work, I don't realize I'm getting tired. And then I need to like chill the fuck out a little bit. Oh yeah, it hurts. So good. Okay.
Today's thriving free enterprise system.
Ella then brings up Prince Charles. Big mistake. Because
Oh,
Hattie
yeah.
and all the girls in class get pissed. During the debate, Hattie also notices how
I'm stupid and I don't know what I'm talking about.
it's very clear Ella's nature is very defiant. So when she's doing everything everyone tells her to do, it doesn't make sense. Now I have to ask, how is Hattie the first one to see this? I don't know if Hattie is the first commanding person Ella has ever met that no one has noticed, but even her dad didn't notice this about her. A young Hugh Dancy plays Prince Charmant, and I know realizing that is a play on charming. When I saw Hugh Dancy in this film, I was gobsmacked. Gorgeous. If this was released in the year 2025, he would be White Boy of the Decade. No contest. So Char's hanging out with his uncle, Sir Edgar. Does this man look familiar
I won't
to
be
you?
eating this,
Think
so it
deeper
doesn't
about
matter
it.
if there's
Yes.
like some
Saw, of course. But think deeper.
The great bring Carrie to this film since he played
paper
the young
in there.
hero in Princess Bride. So we thought it might be a little bit ironic to make him that sort of, mustache twirling villain.
Actually very genius. Char doesn't actually like publicity or public appearances, but Sir Edgar tells him that it's really important that they go build trust with the people. So apparently Char has been gone for a really long time studying. I'm assuming he was out in college. And it's getting word out from Edgar that all of the non-humans have gotten very violent.
Giants have always been peaceful. The ogres were peaceful too, until they ripped your butt to shreds.
Char is actually on his way to the college, the same college that Ella attends, as well as Hattie and Olive, and he has a massive fan base. The girls are screaming at this public appearance. Meanwhile, Ella and Rita are protesting for the ogres. Good for them. However, Hattie demands Ella go home.
Prince Charles! Are you a fast brother?
Not particularly, no. Why?
Okay, Ella walking home plus Char running away plus walking on sunshine equals a fated encounter. I'm better at math than I thought. I never noticed before that in order to get Char's hand off of her mouth, she literally licks his hand.
Hello?
Yo, what's happening?
Yo.
You get ready to head towards Holly?
Did it successfully work?
No.
Uh-oh. Alright, well, I got it. Oh, there you go.
And she starts interviewing him.
Alright, so the...
Okay, and she's not gonna get away that easy.
What was the
because
first thing that I did?
first.
Oh, yeah.
They accidentally bumped into
Mortar and
each other.
pestle
So
has
he
to
tells
sit
right
for
there,
3
right
hours,
there. And a
like
horse
this,
probably,
full of
this is the horse.
garlic.
They don't see her.
And then the
How
bread
do you
has
see
to
her?
rise for like 40
She's
minutes.
like, girl, why did you move? She's
Well,
like,
50
yeah,
minutes is what I set it for, I think. So,
Frozen.
once that's done,
You are not like other girls.
then I will bake that. So I have bread in the morning to make
This
sandwiches
is
with.
2004, baby. We are prime time.
And now I have to go to my room and I have to
Daddy
clean
shows up
and
it's subtle
tidy
at
up my bedroom. Because my aunt is coming in from out of town. Grr. Living room has been tidied up. Oh. The office has been tidied up. The bathroom needs to be cleaned up. The bathroom is a fucking wreck, actually. Cat food. God fucking damn it. Cat food spilled. And I made a humongous mess. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I got to unmake my bed to prepare for money. For the love of God, dude. She's just like seriously desperate. Okay, it's a different fucking... Money, you need to go lay down. Don't you dare jump up there. Oh my God. No. 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 Don't jump up there. No. Stop. My back is kind of hurting right now from standing. What is this? Hello. Hi. Hello. Yes. Hi. Hi. Hello. There's like nothing good, nothing new. Don't do it. I don't want to watch 4.5 hours of Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. What is that smell? No, Mama. Stop being so weird. I'm tired. No.
What's going on, my X-Men?
Ugh, I hate the episodes of that show when they use that guy. I just want the guy that hosts the show. That's why I watch the show. Okay. Oh, God. This is what our life has come to. Okay. Money. Get off the bed. Let go. Money. Money, get off the bed. Orly, do not start your bullshit. Fuck was that?
We can't really afford a honeymoon, so we're just going to be planning a wedding, and then seeing how long we can hold it of it. My second Talia is not ours. She has just gotten off the ground. I uploaded a video of Elvis online, the whiskey shop online. That's my first foray. Yeah, go check that out if you're impressed. And also, this video is sponsored by me. I have merch. I very hesitantly announced at the end of my last video, so now I don't have to do any big long spiel on just to say there is merch. Please don't feel like you can buy it. It's just there. I've done nothing about myself. Okay, let's start getting about elevator instead, because they are so much more interesting. But first I want to tell you where this all started, because I want to take you on this journey with me. It was an absolute roller coaster ride, so I enjoyed it. I hope you do as well. Basically, we're on a road trip. I was the car DJ, you're welcome, to the passengers, and I was blasting my Golden Oldies playlist, right? And then Somebody's Watching Me came on, obviously by Rockwell, but Michael Jackson is on.
Where's my lighter?
Uncredited. I was feeling like somebody watching me. Yeah, I know it's obviously Michael Jackson, if you've heard the song. And so I was reminded that once I was captivated by the fact that Michael Jackson, widely known as the King of Pop, featured as an uncredited voice on some random young artist song back in the 80s. And he did that, like I said, without repeating.
Be gone, demons, be gone. Alright, I gotta clean the bathroom. I'm tired, I don't feel like cleaning the bathroom.
But I have no choice.
She said choice. Oh, cat. Mommy, stop fucking tripping me. Dude, get out. Dude, you literally have a bowl of food right here. Your food is right here. Right there. No, not you. Please, just open easily. For the love of God. Fucking car toys. No, no, no. Okay, those can dry. Orly, stay. Stay. The cat is not getting anything you aren't getting. Move. Watch out. I'll feed you some food if you want, but the cat's not getting anything special, I promise you. This is her bullshit. Okay, where's my cleaning rags? And my spray. I got my Ray-Bans and my flip-floppers. There it is. Good girl. There it is. She found it finally. My aunt is coming. It is a low budget canopy bed. You're damn right. I had a low budget and I got a fucking princess bed of my dreams. I don't give a fuck if it's low budget. I got a bed, my kid got a bed, and we both have a place to sleep now in our beautiful home that we love. You need to get out. Nope, you can't be in here. Girl, you fucking bitch. Get out. Wipe those off. Okay, look, see, here's the other roll. Here it is. There it is. Stay out. None of this is for you. God, my kid's dirty, dude. I like my tub to look and feel like a hotel. Like smell like bleach. Be super clean. Ugh. God, he's such a mess. Love him. I love him. I love him. Hold on. No, the dog needs to go outside. Hair, get the fuck out of that chemical. Or just go ahead and get in the chemical again anyway. Yes, Orly, I hear you. Yes, Orly, I hear you. I'll be right there. Fucking hair, bro. It finds a way. God, breathe. That's better. Let's clean these things off. that one. My other cleaning spray for that. Garbage. Smells like garlic in the house. No! What are you doing? No!
What's the matter with you, boy?
No, put that there. Está I hear you, baby. I need a little toothbrush holder for my toothbrush. Well, fuck you too, bitch. This fucking Lumi deodorant is like just leaving a residue all over the place. It's very unappealing. It makes me never want to buy this shit again. Which sucks because I actually really like the deodorant. Yes, I hear you, dude. I know, I hear ya. I hear ya. I hear ya. I'll be there in just a second. I do, I hear ya. Oh no! You're good at that. Yes, baby. I'm trying to rush and now I'm fucking up, so you just gotta chill, okay? Yep. I get it. Yeah, I do. I hear you. I know you have to go outside. I'm aware. I can tell. I know what you're whining about. Mom's on her way. If I stop, I'm gonna see something down there that needs to get done, and then I'm gonna get distracted, and I'm not going to come back and do this until she's already here, and I'm remembering, oh shit, I'm finished cleaning the bathroom. This has to go downstairs. I wonder if I'll ever get this fixed. This fucking toilet lid that's broken. It's been broken since before I moved in. Porcelain is sharp as fuck. Alright. Okay. All right. I just want to sanitize. I'm gonna go get more wipes from the garage. I could use rags to do this, but this is what's in the bathroom and I'm just literally too lazy to go downstairs right now. Dog hair is crazy how it just like literally gets wet. Like how is dog hair in the toilet? Oh, there's dog hair in the toilet. I knew you were gonna do that. If it can get snagged on something, it will. Okay, that's fine. Okay, take out the garbage. Put the dirty laundry and the dirty clothes. Put my sheet in Elliot's room. I'm sleeping in there. That's got to go downstairs. This has to go downstairs. This has to be emptied out. We don't make 2 trips around these here parts. Would you like to go outside, baby? It smells so fucking good down here. Holy God. Oh, I gotta do laundry, fuck. Smells like a combination of my incense oil and garlic. Can't imagine why it smells like garlic in here. Oh, look at this clean bathroom. Lovely, Heather. Just a lovely. Except for the freaking mirror. It's got toothpaste all over it. At least he's been brushing his teeth. I'm not going to complain about him getting toothpaste all over the mirror, because that means he's been brushing his teeth. And I will take the win. Parenting win. You know? If I yell at him for getting splashes on the mirror, he might stop brushing his teeth. We can't have that. So I will clean it up. Bitch to myself. But I will say not a word to the child. I'll say but not a word. Okay. Can I put this back in the bathroom now? Thank you. Gotta have the poop stool. Okay. Jump right back out. Yeah.
His funny, heavy, musical uncle, Red Fur, because remember the age difference. At this point, Red Fur is like 30, 31, Sky is 20s, barely adulthood, and he's like, this seems pretty cool what Red Fur's doing. So basically, Red Fur is trying to find a place.
What do I need to do now? Bathroom's clean. Bedroom's clean. circulation. It looks very cute in here. I'm sorry. It looks so fucking cute in here. I'm like just excited about it. This is my fucking house, dude. I just cleaned myself actually. I just took a shower. My hair is still wet. And I'm like all greasy because I put Vaseline all over. I am clean. I smell fucking great. I'm wearing clean laundry. Bed's clean. Laundry's clean. Everything is clean in here. I need a lighter so that I can light this incense. And now that my upstairs is clean, let's take a look in here. And just like, it's just very, very nice. Look at this. I've got this room organized, all of my equipment. I got my mirror. I've got all my rug making stuff ready to go. My rug machine is broken and I need to order a new one. I just don't have the money to do it, so I can't really do it. I'm stuck on rugs right now. I just can't do anything about it. But so this room is pretty much ready to go. I need to get a sewing table so I can install all my sewing stuff. And if I have a sewing table, I can use that same sewing table to do leather work. But I was also thinking, if I just kept my exercise equipment in my bedroom, I like using the yoga mat. I hate it in the carpet. I hate doing this. It gets these wrinkles and shit. I hate it. So I like it on this hard floor instead. So if I just keep all of my exercise equipment in my room, I keep one of those mirrors in here. I put one of those mirrors in my son's room and one of them in my bedroom. Now there's a mirror in every room. And I will have a room to put an island. I could get like an island table. I could even, this has wheels. I could turn this back into, it is an island. It's meant to be an island. So I could turn that into an island, but put a bigger piece of plywood over the top of it and make it a larger, square footage. And then have it here in the middle so that I could sew on it. But it's just, the problem is that at where it is right now, it's just too high. I need a lower table to sew on. And then I also want to be able to sit down and work on leather stuff. So I just would like a big table in the middle that would allow me to do the other stuff like leather work and whatever. And so, oh, goddamn cat. Bedroom is all fucking clean. Bed looks super cute. Makes me very happy when I'm in my room and this fucking light doesn't touch my eyeballs even when the light is on. It's perfectly shaded where my pillow is. I love it. No, I make rugs. I don't make blankets now. I'm not a seamstress or a quilter. Alright. That's done. The living room is for the most part organized. I've got to find a place that makes more sense to put all my cleaning supplies. So like all that shit, but whatever. And my son's motorcycle equipment, I need a better place for that too. Okay, I think the laundry is probably in need of being hung to dry. That doesn't sound good. Thank you for the jammin' little guy. Appreciate that. Okay.
Supporting each other until Sky played a demo of a song that he made.
A demo.
And Redfoo loved the song. He loved the song so much that he finally suggested that the two of them, Sky Blue and Redfoo, should form a duo. And why would they not when their names were like that? It's a match made in heaven. And so of course Sky was over the moon about Redfoo's proposition. He saved enough money to travel to Miami where Redfoo was to work with him. And from there they started spending pretty much every day together, like every waking moment they were spending working on their craft, enjoying each other's company, and it really worked well. They just got along so well because, like I said, they were both funny guys. Like they kind of based their identity around being these sporty, humorous dudes. And Rupert said, they were both into comedy, they both bit of like goofy fun, you know, slinging these funny insults at each other, which made them better at not only comedy but also, of course, rapping and music. And I don't know, like as a duo, it felt like they were bringing together two of their biggest passions. They were having a laugh and they were making music, and that's what they wanted to do. Except they wanted to but of course you couldn't start something. So it was they settled on the moniker of Ellen Thayer for their musical endeavor, as we know.
I just had to give you a little closer. You know what I'm saying? Because you know it's me and Blue. Red Bull in the place to be. And who are we? LFFAO.
And at this point, it was 2006, that's when the group inception sort of happened. They would have made Red Free, like I said, back in Scotland was about 20. And their journey had started off fairly slow, but they always had something going for them. So at the very start, it was Will.i.am and Red Free were still besties. And so through Will.i.am, Red Free and Sky Blue were able to meet the head of Interscope Records, which the Black Eyed Peas was signed, and they were probably signed after they played their demos for the head of Interscope. They were recording cassettes and stuff. So
My aunt is gonna laugh when she sees this jacket. She left it at my house 10 years ago. And I've just literally been hanging on to it ever since. It was like in a bag with other things I never use. Clothing items I never wear. Until right about the time I moved in this house. And now it's washed and ready in case she wants to go to a waterfall while she's here. She has her favorite little sweater. Man, I should get this, like, I can't wait to use this on winter time. This thing is nice. It's cozy. Can't wait till it dries. Winter music conference. I forgot that I was like in Miami during all this LMFAO time, and I didn't realize that being in Miami at that time was like something special. But looking back, it was like crazy time in history in general.
Last year, you guys have gone from a MySpace group to being played on the radio all the time. How'd you guys
Oh my
do that?
god, my apron.
Because the trick is that we were always being on the play radio. We just happened to hit MySpace first. We had, you know, a couple people playing stuff on the radio here and there. We just happened to put our stuff on MySpace. That's free distribution.
They even did a radio interview, or a couple radio interviews. I don't know, this is the one that I found.
Hey man, I got scouted. Yeah, you could have broke a record. You'll be beeping your motherfucking ass off. Yeah, don't play around. Play that motherfucker again.
Really original songs that were getting played from LMFAO because they kind of had released like they just had over Miami bit. And so instead they were putting out song remixes, and those were getting radio action, and they were getting their names out. And while they were doing that, obviously they were producing their own music that they intended to release in an album, and they were also kind of crossing their T's and dotting their I's legally, doing things like sorting out trademarks.
Money, what are you doing? I promise you, no matter how hard you try, you're not gonna be able to go outside. No dick for you. Nope. No dick for you, girl. No spiny cat ween for you. Oh, I can't wait till this winter. Oh, look at that. You didn't find an exit in that area. What a surprise.
Nothing about this is lewd or immoral. Thank you very much. And that went through. So I guess that name probably didn't.
I think this is my husband's shirt.
Because I think they were looking
It's not my child's.
Name to go by, but it is legally laughing my freaking ass off. It's the full name of the band. But it's on the market for a little LMFAO. These are very creative guys. We're inches away.
Oh, it's time to bake the bread.
Packages as the
Oh my god, wait till you see this bread.
A little bit of kickback from people about that in their circle that weren't super keen on the name, and so they messaged Sky's grandma, and she put them right, thank goodness.
So I was on the internet chatting with my grandma. Grandma's good for 22 because it was 21. Grandma with good feet.
Though.
And I said, what do you think about the band name, Sexy Dudes? And she says, LMFAO, can't be serious, you little bitch, funky boy. That's when Food comes out, so I named it for no reason, because he was just like, this comes out, his name looks at the screen and says,
That's our name. And he goes, what? And I said, we should use that. He goes, what? Keyboard?
This dehumidifier works better to dry my clothes than just regular air, that's for sure. It makes it warm in here and dry, and it works so good. The whole room turns into a dryer. Anything in there will dry.
I don't know, like, of course this is just what I've heard from them. It might be that they're not willing to speak about industry clients, if you will. Like, their names were significant in the industry. You'd think that they have significant connections, but nobody was really their industry. And from the sounds of it, it was actually kind of being stomped down. Like, very boring. He kept telling them music industry. He thought it was dark shit. He thought it was crazy. But I guess the people needed
Party
it
rock
so
is
much
in
that
the
they probably were anyway. In the darkness. So obviously, it's not as big. Was on them. It was driven
Time
by
is it?
them.
Okay,
They
it's
weren't
10:10.
using
Let's check on my
connections
text.
or even the body.
Ooh, that
It
bread
might have
roast
helped
so
here or
much.
there,
It's
might
gonna
not
be
have
so
helped
good.
or might have helped all the time. I really don't know what happened behind the scenes, but I do know what they ended up doing. So that's what I'll tell you. So basically, they featured on a song with a rapper that went by David Rush. He never really ended up going anywhere, I guess, but this was in April of 2009. And the song was entitled Shooting Star, and I must say, it was like a treasure trove. It was a gold mine. It was, let me explain. So it featured Pitbull and Kevin Rudolph, and it did get their names out there, but like, none of these artists have really had their big break yet, apart from Kevin Rudolph. He'd already released Let It Rock. Let it rock, let it rock, let it rock. No, but this was not it, right? If they were looking for their big break, Shooting Star was not it. But what it was kind of iconic. Because, for one, it's the first recorded instance that I know of Pitbull saying, look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, which you may know that he kind of repurposed, re-uttered on the 2013 song Timber that he did with Keisha. Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Now it's just me, ain't a damn thing changed. But also, and this was significant for our topic, it's where, well, this is where I first heard the Shake That sample that ended up becoming a hallmark of like party rock anthem. That's where it was first, you know, Shake That. It's in the song, Shake That. And like I said, LMFAO hadn't really had their big break yet at this point. But
You know
guess
what I
people
have?
were
Oh my
listening
gosh.
to their music. They were being discovered because in that same month of April 2009, there was an article on the Las Vegas Weekly that read, no matter how much one ranked Miami, one song couldn't be escaped. Jesse Saunders, the Chicago house music legend now living in Vegas, had about enough. I know we're Miami, but
Damn it, Heather, you didn't get it, did you?
Started deducting points for anyone who spun LMFAO under my
Get it.
So
Get it.
in a particular circle, LMFAO was even
Thought I had,
these songs were being picked
sesame
up.
seeds.
But of course, there was more to come. So much more to come. So July 7th, 2009, LMFAO released their debut album. It was entitled Party Rock. Yep. You knew it. Of course, I'm a Miami Bitch was released as their first single, so it was officially released in 2009. Not just for radio play, but like as a single off the album. And by the 9th of July, they were taking steps to start selling I'm in Miami Bitch merch. Such businessmen, LMFAO were, and they really were. But as Sky Blue said about, you know, the process of releasing music, he said it's really important to know what phase you're in. First, you're creating and writing songs. Once you get them, you manufacture them, distribute, and sell them. Then you have to collect and after that, you have to pay your taxes. It's also important to organize before you advertise and before you promote. Know what it is. Know what you've made before you
so
sell.
excited
So being
about
completely
you,
serious,
baby.
they were really on top
You're
of the
gonna be
business side
so
of things, and I think that
yummy.
contributed a lot to their overall success. But
Yes,
this is where
girl.
things started taking off for LMFAO
So exciting.
after the release of their debut album. It was kind of immediate almost, because in August of 2009, their song about being in Miami, bitch, it was used as the theme song for a
It's gonna be right now. It's just raw,
Courtney and Kim take
fluffy
very top
dough.
because Courtney and Kim were in Miami, just like LMFAO.
The oven is
were.
waiting.
So that makes sense. That it obviously really
We got our
boosted the
mortar
song
and
for it to be
pestle
associated with
seasoning.
The Kardashians. They ended up peaking at spot 51 on the
Things
Billboard Hot
are
100.
happening
It was
around these
doing
here
okay.
parts.
But the next releases from their party rock album were La La La, which I'd never actually heard before, but then Shots.
Everybody, shot, 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 shot.
But yeah, this is my confession. I thought that
It's crazy that I lived
also-
in Miami
no, it's
during that
LMFAO
time
featuring
period.
Lil Jon.
Yeah, I ended up meeting LMFAO. I'm kind of following their story, and a mutual friend of ours named Eric,
Oh, Heather, you idiot!
he reached out to me and sent me the record.
Motherfucker, Heather.
But around that time, I think I first met him.
Accidentally left my tortillas open all day.
Not recognizing LMFAO's genius. Lil Jon's shouting just kind of took everything.
Okay.
I guess. And then in December, to sort of close out 2009, they released the fourth and final single from the Party Rock album, which was entitled Yes. And remember, I think I quite liked Yes, and I also quite enjoyed the music video. I think it's worth noting here that LMFAO, they were on brand right from the get-go with this album. Like, you could tell they had a really clear vision, because from the music to their style to the music videos they were releasing, it was consistent with what we came to know them as being in the coming years. So
Oh
what they
shit, I
achieved
did it again.
was what they were trying to achieve, if that makes sense. So the album Party
No, I
Rock
didn't.
was
Yay!
and the reception of the
What
album.
did I? Oh, there it is right there.
But it wasn't terrible. Do you know what I mean? It was fun. The group was trying to build somewhat of a cult following fans that really loved what they were doing, whether they came from reality TV or whether they followed them from like the underground sort of hip hop scene.
30 to 35 minutes, cool completely on a wire rack before cutting. If you have a food thermometer.
Allmusic's John Bush, he referred to them as a comedy act, and he said Sky Blue and Red Foo have almost as many laugh lines in their lyrics as The Lonely Island. He wrote they're solid producers overall, even if they run out of song ideas halfway through the album. Party Rock is an indulgent record with plenty of fun and immaturity, but a real need for a growing musical identity. Meanwhile, Paul Lester, he wrote in The Guardian, he said, their songs are worthy of a mild titter, if not a hearty guffaw. Or really, we have no idea what
190 to 200 degrees internally.
Brilliant bouncy bass lines or cry at the banality of the messages. But he clarified, and this is where the name sort of comes in, because people knew, even though they weren't using their names, they knew they were Gordies. So Paul said, you've got to take them a bit seriously. They've had a bazillion hits on their MySpace, a sign of the times. But he said one or the other of them is apparently the grandson of Motown founder Berry Gordy. So they weren't quite sure, but they knew there was something there. And guest artists on their will.i.am produced album include Lil Jon, Kanye West, Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, and Chris Cornell, as well as obviously Black Eyed Peas and Fergie. So I don't know if this is just because they were really good at making friends and they just happened to know some people in the industry and have those connections, or whether it was the Gordy name, but somehow they had all of this going for them, and it was just their debut album. Do you know what I mean? You can't say they didn't put the work in, because they did to some extent. They were doing these little gigs and stuff like that, networking, but did they have
Ooh,
a,
you know, it would
a
be
helping
fun to
hand
make.
up? Perhaps. But anyway, Paul closed this sort of paragraph or whatever by saying they've even collaborated with Chris Rock on a track called Smack Her With a Dick, which is true. I discovered they did do that. They turned a Chris Rock stand-up segment into a song known as the Red Foo
Potato bread.
Smack Her With a Dick. This crossover
But
is actually
instead
documented in the
of
first
like
ever
just
video
plain
on
potato
the
bread,
aforementioned
I could
Unpaired
make
Red
one
Foo
of
YouTube
those,
channel, so that's quite fun.
all those like baby reds.
way back in 2007, actually. So quite old.
What
That
do
was
you
a long.
need?
That was almost 20 years ago. Team, isn't that scary? So
Warm
at this point as
potato
well, like,
cooking
Red sort of
water.
later towards the end of 2009.
Russet potato
songs
peeled
were
and
becoming quite
cubed.
a
Ooh, I have
staple on reality
potatoes.
TV. So there was another song of theirs entitled
I
"Get
could
Crazy."
make
That ended up
boiled
being used as the
potatoes.
theme song
I
of
could make
Jersey
baked
Shore. So that song
potatoes.
ended up being quite like
I should make a bunch of baked
well known amongst
potatoes.
Jersey Shore fans, but it's not necessarily common knowledge that LMFAO produced and sang that song. So it's another LMFAO fun fact. But it also, they featured in a reality show. So on episode 7 of season 22 of The Real Season, yeah, LMFAO went on that show, right? I couldn't find the episode to save my life. It was really annoying because I would have loved to see what they looked like on there, but I know that they did really
Fucking hate
that they were doing with reality TV, especially because they had one of the stars of the Real World Campaign. Her name was Jonah? I can't remember, sorry, but they featured her as the love interest in their music video for their second single, Lava. And they just blended really well into a lot of reality TV, especially back then. I think a lot of people agree that LMFAO's music matched the vibe that reality TV was giving off. And so Red Pill and Sky Blue, LMFAO, they were really liked within that space by the stars of reality TV shows and the fans alike. Like, they were getting glowing reviews of their music and their characters because people just gelled with it. For example, there was this star on the Real World Campaign that was called, Lionel? She was on a blog, which again is like a sign of the times, but she basically wrote about like how awesome and chill and funny Red Pill and Sky Blue were. She said they do this thing called tagging. I put LMFAO on people. They were not deniable rude at all. They liked to hang by the pool with us and drink and have fun. And she said watching them perform at the city was amazing. I was like, wow, their songs were good and catchy. After 2 days, I knew every last word. So at this point, not only were LMFAO getting quite popular, they were also living quite they were like playing that whole party aspect thing, cats or anything like that. They genuinely were like these silly party boy pranksters. They liked to have fun and they loved the look of women. But they didn't necessarily care that much about keeping women around at this point.
This is the wall of fame right here. We got a different all different colors, all different sizes, all different. Now the big green ones is not mine. In order to be up here, you must do it, dude. You must do the wazoo. You know what I mean? You do something. That's what that's.
How many chicks do you guys go through while you're on tour?
Seriously, smoke a day. to sit next to each other still. Why don't you just separate them? You know what I mean? Because I didn't know what was going on.
You know what happened after that shit happened? We were turning around and stuff like that. Me and Mitt, I don't know what his name is, but we talked, and you know, we just diffused the situation, and I'm sure he's a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're nice guys, you know. And it was just an unfortunate situation that happened.
So in the end, Mitt Romney joked that Sky gave a good swat and broke my hair. I guess he used a lot of like or something, like gel or something. Keep his hair in place. I don't know. It was funny. People thought it was funny. And Sky said, I have no hard feelings against him. I'm sure he was a good dude. Redfoo asked Sky, like, would you vote for Mitt Romney? And Sky responded, no, because I'm a Democrat and he's a Republican. And then Redfoo questioned whether he would be drinking buddies with Mitt Romney instead. And Sky said, if he drinks. So that was the end of their drama for the year, I guess. As far as, you know, like personal updates and stuff that I could find, Redfoo did stop by in June of 2010 to inform his YouTube audience, for one, that he did not get the iPhone 4.0. It's so weird to be going this far back in time and like remember living through those years, but he said that there was a tremendous line. This is what he said.
First of all, I ain't got the iPhone 4.0. It was a tremendous line. This is not a roller coaster. It's just a phone. Can't sit on it. Can't sit on it. Well, they have that vibration thing. Use that.
DC said that they had shown
I
Vegas
didn't
coming up
set
next
a timer.
month, and they also released new Party Rock Marriage. Very exciting. And then they addressed this persistent problem that they were having with people leaking their unreleased songs, even when they weren't actually their songs. I'll put them explaining it.
There was a song that got leaked out because the hackers, which are friends, which I don't know why they keep hacking. Well, they're my friends, not for that. Yeah, no, I mean, they're not.
I really want to like boil them a little bit first.
Because they're just diehard fans, and they go and they try to break into our mailboxes, which they say. This. So released a song called Such to Be You, and they just wrote LMFAO. But we didn't produce that song. We didn't make that song. We said those lyrics as ideas for a homeboy named Spark. He was working on some stuff. He didn't even tell us he was working on some stuff. And all of a sudden, the song was that came from I like the song and that song. You know what I mean? You know, with that, that's not officially what we're saying. Hey, this is us. You know, that was part of the production. I just want, you know, the world to just know this is rock stuff, you know. Whether it could be the best song, could be number one. I still say it's number one.
And then on Redfoo's original YouTube channel, we were also treated to the video Drunk Bitch Dissing Yours at Mel's Dinner.
Tell it to the people, talk to the people. Hey. Hey, baby.
I feel like that could just stay on the timer and off that video uploaded. And then there was this other newsletter updates that they did with slightly better production quality. It was just rambly, just as much chaotic energy. It just was really this wee like home studio tour. He spoke about how they got to perform with Joe Nasty. He said that was a lot of fun and that was entertaining. Well, that was it. Anyway, until Sorry for Party Rockin' was first mentioned. It was on Redfoo's channel that I saw this first mentioned on October. In October, because when he uploaded the video, Sorry for Party Rockin'. And it was very much like an old YouTube sketch.
Whoops, that's way too big. This is a pretty big one. Whoa!
The reason he posted that was as a request for people to send in their own from sorry for party rocking videos to sorry
It's
for party
a
rocking.
fucking
Or he said you can also put
pyramid
the sorry for
of
party rocking
salt.
hashtag on Twitter, and I did try to find some videos, like some clips of people playing into this, but they don't seem to have either been done or they don't
Cool.
exist. So all I found was this Reacher's tweet, which was really delightful. I went down to it and it said, I grabbed her ass. She said, say you're sorry. I said, hashtag sorry for party rocking. You bitch. Really building up the hype. Got her
Sorry for party rocking.
Anyway, then in December was the next time I saw they tweeted about sorry for party rocking. He said, yes, baby. LMFAO's new single, Party Rock Anthem, is dropping New Year's Eve. Stay tuned for free download. At Instagram, hashtag sorry for party rocking. So basically, I need to explain that Party Rock Anthem was the first single for LMFAO's upcoming album. Sorry. Now that I've explained that, I can say that true to his word, Party Rock Anthem did release in time for Party Rock as a new year. They brought Party Rock to the house on New Year's Eve. And they were really trying to push this participate in a shuffling contest to boost the song.
Every day I'm jumping and jumping and jumping.
You know, you can shuffle anywhere. Get it on camera. Do it to the song. You know what I'm saying? The song comes out on iTunes on the 25th. Get the song. Do your shuffle. Do your shuffle. You know what I'm saying? Do your shuffle.
Mold
We were
them.
generally just talking about it, getting it out there, and then before I knew it, it took off. Party Rock Anthem blew everything wide open about LMFAO. I mean, like, you could not know anything about LMFAO and still probably know.
David's second victim? What? Nuh-uh.
Unfortunately, Celeste wasn't David's only alleged victim. There's now been a lot of reports about other victims, young girls that David might have actually preyed upon. We talked about some of these a few days ago. I touched on a post that was going around Reddit. Unfortunately, one of the victims didn't really feel like she could continue speaking publicly on Reddit and took down some of her posts and her comments. But we've now seen a very big expose that digs into one of the other alleged victims on Rolling Stone. Now, shout out to Nancy Dillon and John Blistein, or Blystein, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah, Nancy Dillon, a great journalist at Rolling Stone, who I did actually meet at a hearing. This is kind of a very big exclusive breakdown that they've done. And I want to run through this, react to this with you guys, give you some extra context based on what I've heard, and give you some extra information that goes on kind of, you know, in addition to this article, about the alleged second or third, or depends, you know, depends how you want to refer to them, but another victim of David's, another young girl that claims she was victimized by David's, and give you kind of just all of the evidence and backstory for that to just keep building up a picture and documenting this man's, you know, alleged horrific crimes. As I've said to you guys before, a lot of what I'm doing, I don't feel like I'm not working for the prosecution or an investigator on this case, but what I am doing is documenting and archiving all of the evidence against this depraved lunatic of just an alleged criminal. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that's been scrubbed from the internet since I've reported on it, and in a lot of instances my videos are the only places that information still lives. There's been a lot of cover-ups going on, whether it's on Reddit, whether it's, you know, behind the scenes on David's career, and it's very important that we document all of this history. Even if David gets cooked and, you know, he ends up absolutely going down in flames, life without parole or the death penalty, we need to document his crimes, alleged crimes, and make sure that it's very, very clear that, you know, these are the methods that groomers are using in this digital age. I want to let everybody know how creeps like this operate. I want to show you the evidence. I want to show you the posts. I want to show you
Reddit
all of the proof of what was going on, so that
people on
anybody
Reddit
else that
are
comes across
stupid.
somebody that's this depraved in the future, if it's a young girl
obsessive
or anybody, okay, they can spot this kind of pattern of behavior and, you know, learn from all
pseudo-intellectuals.
So anyway, without further ado, I want to go through and react to this Rolling Stone article line by line. That is an amazing piece of journalistic work, and it's pretty damning stuff. So this is an exclusive. It's titled "A Soulless Demon: David's Path from Pop Star to Accused Killer."
David Burke's moody music made him a Gen Z sensation, but authorities say that he was hiding a shocking secret: the gruesome murder and dismemberment of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Shout out to Nancy Dillon. This is absolutely insane. Okay, this is a crazy, harrowing piece. It says Caden Alvarez borrowed an orange shirt from his mom, wound himself in a leafy garland, and boarded the subway from his Bronx home to New York's Union Square. It was late April 2025, and he'd scored free tickets to a pop-up event celebrating the release of Withered, the debut album from David. Alvarez was a fan of the brooding, vulnerable bedroom pop that had turned the then 20-year-old born David Anthony Burke into a Gen Z sensation. The costume nodded to the cover of David's first EP, Petals to Thorns, that helped Alvarez win a $1,000 fan prize. Now, in this article, it's going to document this really close relationship that David had with his fans, whether it's young girls, young boys, whatever. A lot of people related to David. Okay, he clearly had some talent. As much as it's easy to say he sucked, his music sucks, he's a clown, he's a hack. He definitely was a bit of a hack. But at the same time, look, let's be real. He made a few catchy songs. He hit a few of them notes, a few of them high notes, a few of them melodies, all right? A few of them songs, you can sort of see why they resonated with people so much. Now, that doesn't mean that he's a good person. But what we're going to see is that there's this weird parasocial relationship that he particularly built up with his fans that unfortunately went sour in many different ways. He said Alvarez watched as the singer was ushered to the stage to meet the event's host. "What's up, guys?" David said in a silly chipmunk voice. He spoke about Withered and performed an acoustic version of the album Closer, Afterlife. But as he neared the end of the song, Burke's voice faltered. He shook his head as though fighting tears, abandoning the final lines. He left the guitar trailer into silence. Burke choked up as he thanked the audience and his parents. "I never cry," he insisted. So there was various instances that we've actually seen captured on video of David unable to finish this particular song right at the end of this tour, this Afterlife song. And this would have been after the alleged murder took place. It's very dark, and there's a bunch of examples of David crying on camera trying to perform this song. So this is it, all right? Literally, this is the New York performance, all right? It was, let me just get this. It was this Union Square, New York performance in late April 2025. This is him performing Afterlife for the first time ever. He got so emotional 2 days after the goddamn murder, all right? Now, I don't want to get in trouble for playing you the song, but we're going to see him have a breakdown.
The craziest song thing ever.
You kind of... Okay. Again, I don't wanna play any of his music or give him any clout. All right, but like he can get through it this time. Okay, so that's what they're referring to when they're talking about it in this article. I wanna run through this amazing article and just give you more context.
These are so good.
My thoughts, my analysis as we go. Because Alvarez, who's in the second row, thought Burke was simply overwhelmed by the moment as he celebrated the release of his debut album, but a darker possibility has emerged. 2 days earlier, prosecutors claimed that Burke stabbed 14-year-old Celeste Hernandez to death inside his Hollywood Hills mansion to cover up his abuse of the girl.
Shorter than
prosecutors alleged that this went on for more than a year, and Burke had gotten her expecting at 13, talked her through an A-word, and they say he later killed her and dismembered the body with a chainsaw. Burke was not merely a rising star grappling with new fame, prosecutors contend, but a killer carrying a gruesome secret. 4 months later, on September the 8th, one day after what would have been Rivas Hernandez's 15th birthday, Los Angeles police discovered her decomposed remains in the trunk of Burke's impounded Tesla. One detective would later testify that she was unrecognizable. In April, after a lengthy investigation, Burke was arrested and charged with murder. In just a few years, Burke had transformed to a boyish, homeschooled gamer into a streaming-era idol. He was a budding showman, effusive, and ebullient. Hey, Nancy, man, I need to crack out my thesaurus to find out what some of these words mean. Effusive and
Thank
ebullient.
you so much, Donna.
Listen, just like how I translated all of those.
I appreciate you so much. Holy shit.
All right. Effusive is an adjective that means showing much.
It's been like 4 years since I danced like in public.
Or gratitude in an unrestrained, gushing, or
it's been like 2 days since I danced.
Way. Definitely was
in this
effusive,
kind of public way.
But he was also ebullient. And ebullient means...
Yeah, thank you so much. That's amazing.
Ebullient.
Thank you so much.
An adjective that means happy, excited,
I'm so grateful.
energy. It describes someone who bubbles over with joy and high spirits, much like water.
I don't go swimming very often because the water here in Oregon is cold.
He will be boiling over a hot fire in hell.
But
with a strong
if I was in Florida, I would swim all the time.
Beguiling I've heard that word before, but I'm assuming we're all reading at the same level. Beguiling is an adjective that means charming, attractive, or enchanting, often with a hidden sense of trickery or deceit. Something beguiling pulls you in with its beauty or cleverness, but it may not be safe or fully honest. He's beguiling as fuck. A charisma that counterbalanced a discography steeped in the gloomy, tortured corners of a teenage angst. His breakthrough song was called A Romantic Homicide. While legal experts caution against reading criminal intent into violent art, the morbid tenor of Burke's work is hard to ignore. He not only sung about violence in the abstract, but he also used death and gore literally in his music and videos. He even created a blood-spattered alter ego named Itami, the Japanese word for pain. The alleged murder of Rivas Hernandez has upended perceptions among fans, old friends, and people who worked with Burke, many who spoke with Rolling Stone for this article, including for the first time a source from his former label, Darkroom Interscope, and another young woman with whom Burke fostered an intense online relationship, are still wrestling with how the person they knew could be accused of such specific horrific crimes. This is crazy. So this Rolling Stone article looks like they got some exclusives. Not only have they got the other victim that allegedly was an intense online relationship with him, but also a source from his former label. Now,
these are called popcorners.
I'm very, very excited to hear what they've got to say, and I sure hope the folks at Rolling Stone, you know what I'm saying, to ask the tough questions. But the source of Darkroom Interscope, speaking on the condition of anonymity, said the label was blindsided. You've got to say
They're
that,
very good.
Burke
They're kettle
appeared
corn.
locked in professionally around the time of Rivas Hernandez's murder. He was releasing an album. He was at a major inflection point of his career. They say it's almost the opposite of warning signs. He was definitely somebody that in front of us was hyper-focused and wanted to work. Alvarez now views Burke's demeanor at the Willow pop-up in a different light. He was approaching Burke for an autograph and asking him about the lyrics to Afterlife that had overwhelmed him. Burke said he looked stunned. It was just like complete silence, Alvarez said. Burke appears seized by some sort of fear, as if the question reminded him of a ticking time bomb. Jesus Christ. See, this is what I wondered, and I've asked around. I'm not going to lie, yeah? I met someone the other day that said that they'd been around David and they knew him, and they knew people that were on tour with him. And I asked them point blank, what did he say? What did he say when that freaking body was found in his car? What was his excuse? They didn't have an answer for me. No one's got an answer for me. No one has an answer. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. He didn't say anything. Didn't say anything. No way. But apparently he sat there stunned in silence. As Alvarez, was it a sort of guilt that was like eating him alive? Burke and Rivas Hernandez met online either through a Discord server or on Instagram, as Burke himself told sheriff's deputies when they visited his West Hollywood home in February 2024 after her parents first reported her missing. Now, this is obviously, you know, Rolling Stone's journalistic standards, they probably only go
my teeth hurt from the ice cream.
It was confirmed in court that they'd spoken on Discord. But from what I understand, they met playing on the game Fortnite, and then they joined a Fortnite Discord server where they continued to communicate. And I do
and this
wonder,
is why my child is not allowed to play any P2P video games.
Like no one wants to point the finger at this giant corporation of Fortnite, but Fortnite, seemingly, you're the reason that this girl met this man. I'm not saying it's your fault, just like I wouldn't say that it's Celeste's parents' fault, which I think is horrible. But they met, like, it seems like they met on Fortnite, okay? And when is Fortnite going to answer for all the predators that are lurking on their platform?
When is Roblox going to answer for all the predators on their platform?
Prosecutors recovered chats dating back to 2022. Rivas Hernandez was 11 then, a girl with big brown eyes who loved to sing and dance and live with her parents. And two older siblings in a modest stucco house in Lake Elsinore, working exurb about 70 miles southeast of Los Angeles. Burke was 5 years older and also lived with his parents in a middle-class Houston suburb. Eternally online teenager, he was earning money from Fortnite gameplay montages that he posted on YouTube, making his first forays into music. Now, I'm curious by this, if they've got any proof of this, because as far as I'm aware, he wasn't earning money from it, and he was... little alarm, not too alarming. Basically, as far as I'm aware, he wasn't actually earning money from it. And the reason he started making music was so that he could then keep the revenue on those videos, if you get what I am saying. But maybe there's more to it, maybe he wasn't earning money, I don't know. But that was his first forays into music. Once Burke moved to Los Angeles around the end of 2023, he and Rivas Hernandez met up in person, and the relationship turned physical, prosecutors say. They alleged he first essayed her in November 2023 when she was 13, he was 18, and by then he was a rising star with a major label deal who opened for SZA on her SOS tour. A trove of messages from that time, some of which were read in court during a preliminary hearing in the case, show Burke alternating between affection, playfulness, control, and cruelty in their interactions. On Valentine's Day 2024, Burke allegedly... Now, before I want to go any further in this, I want to be careful because I don't want to get kicked off YouTube. I don't want to get my content kicked off YouTube again. I want to just give everybody a trigger warning. We're going to be discussing some very sad and dark, upsetting themes in this video. Abuse, SA, illicit relationships with power dynamics that are not acceptable or appropriate. And I want to make it very clear that I condemn David's behaviour. I do not condone any of the behaviour, and I'm just telling you all of this in this video for journalistic reasons. Basically for documentary, journalistic, artistic, and just documentary reasons that I'm telling you this, to document these crimes that are real life crimes that are happening in the public interest. And I'm an authoritative source on this topic because I have been to every day of the preliminary hearings in this case, and I do know the facts. But I'm giving you a trigger warning. If you don't want to hear any of those things, please leave this video. And I just want to make it very clear I condemn David's actions. Right? Thanks, YouTube. So on Valentine's Day 2024, Burke allegedly texted Rivas Hernandez that he would pick her up in Lake Elsinore that night. Now that's I can't lie. This is the understatement of a century. But they're gonna get into it, right? It says the two plan to move in together, and Burke told her it'd be the most important day of your life next to the wedding day, according to text read in the court. They called the plan Operation Awesome. The next day, Rivas Hernandez's parents phoned the Riverside County Sheriff's Department to report their daughter had run away. Call logs review from Rolling Stone confirmed. Her mother, Mercedes Martinez, posted a flyer on Facebook missing his son in red bold letters. Right? They even got the archive of her post. I'm distressed, she wrote in Spanish in the caption. I've already filed a report with the police. If you know, you can call me. That's weird, because it's a bunch of fucking idiots on Reddit seem to think that she sold her daughter to David and everything's completely fair and square. She was down super in favour of this. Sounds like her mother was frantically searching for her and was distressed. I'm distressed. That's weird, because everyone on Reddit seems to think that she doesn't care about her child. I'm still stuck on that, and I will be exposing some of the Reddit clowns that have been pushing this narrative and their connections to David very, very soon. Alright, let's stay tuned for that. That'll be another video. We'll still looking into that. This is officials from both Riverside and LA County contacted Burke after finding his number in Rivas Hernandez's phone records. In body cam footage of the LA deputies visiting his home revealed in court, they told Burke that Rivas Hernandez was a 13-year-old runaway. He claimed he had no idea she was a minor, insisting they'd only met once in person the previous November. On a recent stream, Asia Collins, one of Burke's closest friends and a stylist on his Withered tour, recalled seeing the missing person flyer. She said she texted the person and posted it and told them the photo was of his friend's, or her friend's girlfriend. When the person replied the girl was 13, she wrote back, "What the F?" She claimed immediately to have confronted David, who told her that Celeste was 19, while producing some kind of proof, but Collins declined on the street to say what he showed her and declined to comment for this article. I can't talk about that evidence. Oh, the evidence. What evidence? Don't rate her at all, honestly. Don't rate her at all. What? The police told you not to say the one thing that would protect you from everybody assuming that you knew and you were complicit. Oh, you can't. You can talk about everything else but that one bit of evidence. Sure, love. All right. Anyway, when Rivas Hernandez returned home later that month, her parents confiscated her phone. Burke then allegedly visited Lake Elsinore and paid one of her classmates $1,000 to slip her a secret phone. In April, Rivas Hernandez's parents reported her missing again. Over the course of the year, she and Burke allegedly spent significant time together, even traveling to Las Vegas, London, and Texas. Burke's lawyers established through trial testimony that Rivas Hernandez's parents knew about some of the travel and had signed a notarized consent form allowing her to fly to London with him. Prosecutors say the extent of the relationship became clear only after Rivas Hernandez's death, when investigators recovered an old iPhone at Burke's residence and gained access to his digital accounts. They found dozens of photographs showing Burke abusing Rivas Hernandez. One image showed her wearing what looked like a diamond engagement ring, along with a tattoo on her ring finger that said
felt
"Met
my
David." Prosecutors say
collarbone
Burke
crack at
taken
one
that
point.
photo when he allegedly dismembered Celeste. Burke and Celeste broke up in November 2024, but the adult relationship continued, let's say. In March 2025, she appeared increasingly frustrated. All we do is stuff and just hang out, man. I want more than that for myself, she texted Burke. On April 22, prosecutors say that Burke and Rivas Hernandez got into a lengthy argument over text, where she she expressed jealousy over his relationship with Asia Collins. During the exchange, Celeste threatened to reveal their illicit relationship and destroy his career. She said she wanted to see him, and he agreed to send a card. What prosecutors say happened next reads like a horror story. Around 10:10 p.m. on April 23rd, Rivas Hernandez arrived at David's house when he allegedly stabbed her to death and pushed her in the alley. Prosecutors claimed that Burke then texted and called Celeste's phone multiple times as he drove to a remote area in Santa Barbara County, purportedly for displays of evidence. They say the messages were part of a premeditated plan to cover up the murder. The next day, Burke did a radio interview and attended his album release party before flying to New York and Texas for Withered events. In early May, he allegedly ordered 2 chainsaws from Amazon and a third from Home Depot, and later dismembered Rivas Hernandez's body in a blue pool inside of a 3-car garage. After that, prosecutors alleged that he placed her remains in a black cadaver bag and a garbage bag and stacked them in the Tesla, which he loaded up with at least 11 air fresheners. Burke then parked the car around the corner from his house and left it late July for the North American leg of his Withered tour, which was scheduled to stretch into September. It's a long, long time that he was away, just out here, just doing his thing, thinking he was going to get away with it. At his San Fran tour opener and other stops, Burke went all in on a funeral theme. He had a black hearse deliver a white coffin, ostensibly marking the symbolic death of his hero. That first night, he wore a
These are all just
Hello
going to
Kitty
fall off,
sweatshirt
aren't
on
they?
stage,
Mm-hmm.
eerie echo of the Hello Kitty
Yes,
saddles
because you
that
didn't
Celeste said
actually
he would be wearing when she
use
allegedly ran away to be with him.
something to
He'd been
adhere
gone
it
38
with.
days, played 24 shows before the Tesla was tanked in tow on September 5th.
Are you going to come out?
The tow yard manager called police saying the Tesla was emanating a foul odor and attracting off lights. After news broke of the grisly discovery, Alvarez, like many fans, refused to.
Are you going to come out?
Now he says that he feels sickened. It's fascinating how a person.
Are you friggin' fragging me?
Friends and acquaintances who spoke the role.
Fucking damn it, Heather.
Jane!
Jane!
Able to navigate the whiplash almost overnight from a deeply religious childhood home in Texas to the unsupervised playground of Los Angeles, with all the excesses afforded by his newfound fame.
How is it sticking to non-stick greased pan?
He was real big on Christianity, and then that just dissolved. His spirit and his whole appearance changed. He became a new person. In an interview 1 month after the alleged murder, Burke insisted the transition was super smooth. When he left home to start going on tour, he said, "I just treated everybody like they were behind the screen. I was able to kind of put the shyness and the anxiety aside and be like, okay, real life is just Fortnite. Treat everybody like a video game. This is Fortnite right now. Look how that turned out. Every episode of video game is just like Fortnite. And look how that turned out. You got a 5-star wanted level.
Come on!
Agent 47. Really. But anyway.
Dadgum.
New York City and raised.
Swear, it's always something. Always something. I can't just have like a super smooth. I mean, I guess that this just means that once I do have a super smooth, you know, happy, joy fucking experience, I will notice and be able to appreciate it because I will have so many antithesis experiences.
The only music allowed in the home was classical and
I want it
gospel.
out. I want it to cool on the fucking
Members once trying to talk
rack.
to Burke about Lil Wayne, Burke replied, "I don't know who that is." Only after hearing someone play Lil Pump's Gucci Gang on the school bus in 7th grade did Burke seek out other music. He got on SoundCloud and developed an appetite for 2010s internet rappers like XXXTentacion and pop punk bands like Paramore. But 2 secular exceptions have been made in Burke's cultural diet: video games and anime. Dawood was a devotee of both.
Oh, you're just gonna fucking, you're just a bitch, I see. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We'll just fuck off. And then we'll set the timer. 375, and we'll set that for like
He wasn't super outgoing and talented, the classmate says.
45 minutes, maybe.
Burke, who spoke extensively about his
I will
upbringing
be
in interviews, once claimed that he struggled to
cleaning
focus
the mortar
and
and
racked up
pestle
bad
off
grades, leading his parents
when I
to
take out
homeschool
the
him after
potatoes
7th
from the
grade.
oven.
He hated it at first and asserted that after
My
leaving
hair, I'm gonna go dry my hair. I have to dry my hair.
supposed friends again. Oyenloye disputes this
Yeah, I knew better than to use that pan. I should have used my loaf pan. That is like fancy, non-stick, brand new, all nice. So I should have used that. Lesson learned. It is what it is. It wouldn't take me very long to like whip up another batch. So my aunt's flight should have landed by now. So I'm gonna check on my aunt's flight, see if they're coming this way or what. And then I will see you guys later. And has reached temp. I love you, and I will see you later. When the bread is fully done, it contracts a bit. Yeah, no, it's sticking to the inside of the pan, so it's not. I think it's gonna be a pain in the butt. I didn't use the normal stuff that I used to non-stick. I used this, which is just vegetable oil, so it was an experiment, you know? It is what it is. We're gonna be eating it for lunch no matter what, because that's what we've got. So even if it's like torn, that's what we're making. So we'll be eating that for lunch tomorrow. So I'm grateful that you're not here with me, Dalton. That's kind of creepy. I don't know who you are. You're just some random person on the internet. That's really creepy, actually. Anyway, love you guys. Bye. Thank you so much again, Donna. Literally, thank you so fucking much. Holy crap. Oh my god, you guys, thank you for all the likes.